Can we role play Among Us right now?
Of course.
I'm the imposter.
Okay, what am I?
You're a crewmate.
The imposter.
Okay, what's Drayton?
A crewmate.
Okay.
Ready? I go, ksh, ksh, and you're both dead, and I win. And you
Hey,
don't see it coming.
no, the cooldown was 30 seconds. The cooldown was 30 seconds.
Too bad, I cheated.
That's not true. I didn't see her set
seconds.
the server settings.
You're
dude.
right.
Well,
You have no idea what the cooldown was. I went, ksh, and then Jayden didn't hear it. And I went, hey Jay, how's your day going? And before he could finish his sentence, ksh, dead, both dead. At the end, I win. Get fucked.
I don't want to play Among
God,
Us.
the fall of Greece. I didn't know it was that tragic.
I don't even want to play Among Us with you guys anymore. You guys don't play fair.
Here, can I say something controversial?
No, please.
I
Sure.
hated
I'll go for
every
it, I
single
guess.
game of Among Us I ever played in my life, and I genuinely believe it was the worst game that's ever existed. And
I think Among
not
Us is
once
fun.
in my
I
life
love
did I
it.
have fun playing it, except for when we played with different rules and we uploaded a video of it.
I
when we
love
were
Among
playing.
Us.
I think it's the worst game in the world.
I thought it was fun.
I enjoyed it at the start.
I loved gaslighting my friends.
Third.
Here's what happens to me every time I'm the imposter. I go,
Okay.
fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh shit, fuck,
Maybe
fuck,
you've just gotten
fuck,
good.
fuck.
Have you
And then-
considered that you've
and
just
then-
gotten good at Among Us?
Yeah, you're right, because I have a stroke every time, and then I die in real life.
Yeah, maybe Among Us. Maybe that's why you don't like Among Us.
I
'cause
think
it
you're right.
kills you.
Fuck, I think you're right.
I have an issue, guys. I
Yeah.
started using conditioner, and
Started.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
Okay.
started.
the days that I do, and I don't do it anymore because I can't seem to work around it. I have dandruff. Like it does
you
not
gotta
matter.
get no dandruff conditioner.
What is that? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Why do they make dandruff conditioner?
No, they make conditioner specifically for people who have dandruff, where it doesn't.
But I don't
produce-
have dandruff
Well,
unless I
clearly.
use conditioner. No, I don't though.
Well, no, it's
Like, I have
specifically
never
for
in
people
my
who
life-
have dandruff when they're moisturizing their hair, because that's when it's produced the most.
Because I don't get dandruff. I use regular conditioner.
So, like, because your
I'm
hair
gonna
has
write this
natural oils in it, but as you're washing your hair, sometimes it gets rid of the natural oil, so you need to condition so that your hair is hydrated, especially at the ends when you have split ends. And then when you're moisturizing your hair, especially the split ends, and, like, when you're getting rid of the natural oils, you need to moisturize and use conditioner because your hair naturally dries out. And then when you're like, artificially moisturizing your hair because you have to, it produces dandruff. That's when it produces dandruff the most. So then... For people who, like, you know, because you have to condition your hair normally, but, like, for some people it produces dandruff, so then they make conditioner specifically for people where it produces dandruff, so you gotta use that one.
But how do I know if that dandruff how do I know if that conditioner is a good conditioner?
The no
Like,
dandruff one or the one that you're using
Yeah,
currently?
the no dandruff.
conditioner. I
hardly know her.
I
You gotta look at some reviews,
hate
maybe
it.
Reddit. Reddit's got some good reviews on conditioner.
Reddit. Okay.
I'm not gonna
Reddit
trust the people of
shampoo.
Reddit with hair care.
I
Easy.
look at Reddit forums for other issues.
I go on Reddit to go look at Two Simmons horror stories because they're my favorite thing ever.
Those are good. I look at Reddit when I go, hey, why is my Adobe Premiere not working?
Mhm.
And Reddit's
I like
hey,
you explained to me
hey.
like I'm 5 section. That's
I hope it helped.
Yeah, thank you.
thank you.
Beep 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 beep. I have COVID. Welcome back to the Peaked in 6th Grade podcast. It's me, Angie. Hi, Catie. Hi, Jayden.
Hi, how are you
Hi,
doing?
hi.
How's the COVID treating you?
Oh, COVID's
a cough.
treating me really well. It's giving me cheese and wine, feeding me
What?
grapes. I feel like a Greek god.
Damn. Really?
Yeah. I love
That's
it.
good.
I love
That's
COVID.
good Greek shit. Okay,
Yes.
so I there's a lot been going on in all of our
Facts.
lives.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
been a good minute since any of us have talked.
You're correct.
Mhm.
Any of us, period.
Yeah, I haven't spoken a word
yeah.
in 3 months.
I don't think I've talked.
Yeah.
I can't.
love you too, Tyler.
actually.
But yeah, welcome back. What
Yeah.
have you guys been up to?
I got COVID.
Okay.
Okay.
For fun. I got it as a joke.
What?
I went out, started looking doorknobs, started looking public toilet seats. I was like, you know what'd be funny if I did it for the podcast if I got COVID. And then I got it. And guess what? It's funny.
It's
I'm laughing about
You're
it. a little bit.
laughing,
Hold on.
Katie's laughing,
It's-
our chat is laughing, all the
Listen,
listeners
getting-
are going, imagine having COVID. So it's working.
Getting COVID is like so 2020.
Dude, it's upsetting. Okay, and I know I was
Just get
You're late
mentioning
to
this
the
vaccinated,
earlier.
you're
loser,
late to the
right?
train.
Yeah, and it's like I woke up and my throat started feeling scratchy, and I was like, I think it's because I've been mouth breathing. You know, it's probably not the viral disease that's spreading. It's probably something else.
Mm-mm.
And then the next day I started getting more COVID symptoms, and I was like, it's definitely not COVID. And then the next day I was like, I have COVID, but I felt so ashamed and embarrassed that I didn't want to tell anyone. But
You told me.
I did tell you, and I did tell the internet also, but also it was like this feeling of embarrassment I've never felt in my life. It's embarrassing to have COVID. And I should feel ashamed, right?
I think that should be like the
don't
new
you?
that should be the new campaign for like the COVID vaccine and the booster shots. Is,
Yeah, I'll tell
don't
Biden.
don't be cringe. Take the syringe.
Oh.
Don't
Oh.
let this be you, and then we'll just pan to like
Yeah.
a crying Angie in the
Yeah, me
corner.
be going.
My friends used to want to see me, and no, it doesn't even matter.
Don't get COVID.
Perfect.
It's so fucking embarrassing. Please.
Keep it up. More
Get
tears.
vaccinated.
More tears.
Just get your booster, man. I didn't get my booster. I think that's what the thing is. I kept
Me
scheduling
neither.
appointments and I kept forgetting
I
about it.
forgot. Booster, I hardly know her. I just
Yeah.
forgot to do it.
I think that's why I got COVID. Because Dave had his booster, no symptoms. Not a single symptom in sight. Not one symptom, and he had his booster, so I think it's my fault.
Those booster chairs, when you're that high up, you.
I
can't
mean,
get
it makes a
fucked up
huge
by the
difference.
germs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what COVID says. It says, you know, if you're higher, COVID goes
Yeah.
low. COVID is low to the ground.
It's
And
airborne.
you're like 5'3".
I'm 5'1".
It's
Are you
airborne,
on
but
a
it
good
can't
day?
fly.
I'm 4'11" on a good day. So
Are you actually? I don't know how
It's
short.
the
I know you're
knees, right?
short.
no, I'm 4'10". I'm 5'3".
They
I'm
can't believe you
5'3".
have one. Yeah, imagine being 5'3". You're really short.
Okay, am I the shortest one, or is George Lopez the shortest one here?
Yeah, tall is
How
George
is George
Lopez?
Lopez?
I'm gonna give you
Very
a
good
guess, and you're gonna tell me how close I am. Before you read me his height, I'm gonna guess to you.
All right, no, I got it. I'm ready.
5'6".
5'10".
Oh.
George Lopez has short guy energy. I don't know what it is about him.
Is he? Is he actually 5 foot? It's his
He's
head.
5'10".
It's his
It's
head.
his
It's
head,
all
yeah.
his head. His head is 4 feet tall. George Lopez
Easter
is,
Island type.
George Lopez is 2 feet, and his
George
head is
Lopez, if you're listening, and I know you are, come on the Pizza Good podcast. We'd love to have you.
Wait, I have so many questions to ask you. First of all, I want to talk to. I don't know the name of the actress who plays his wife on the show, but we have the same name.
Angie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't
That's
know what the
true.
actress's name
It
is.
just
though.
connected.
Her name might not be Angie.
If it is, I'm gonna give her a big kiss on the lips. With her
Just
permission.
rabbit. With her permission, of course. You
Of
always have to ask before you give
course.
out big. And wait till your COVID's gone.
No.
COVID's kind of cringe because now you can't kiss any women.
Well,
Huh?
they don't know that.
Yeah, everybody. Only women can get COVID.
This is true. I've never heard of a man who had COVID.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks, he's the only one. Remember when Tom Hanks had COVID and everyone was like, no.
I think he was making a
That was like a
statement
big
when he
deal.
got
Yeah,
COVID.
he
though.
did.
Maybe
Yeah.
he was
And what-
lying about it.
Maybe he started it.
Oh, shit. I wouldn't be surprised. You know the
I brought up.
No, go.
But before we get too far, yeah, I do kind of want to bring it up. I brought up
Yeah.
Easter Island. Today I learned that they made an Easter Island head. They carved one that was so big that they couldn't actually move it. And it was
But-
it was like 40 feet tall. And it was never removed from,
40
I think it was like the volcanic rock that they
Don't they
carved the other
move
ones
on
from.
their own? Don't the Easter Island heads grow feet?
They
What are the
definitely
Easter
might.
Island legs?
It's not been disconfirmed. That's not a
That's
word,
what
but
I'm
for this
saying.
issue it is.
Yes, it is a word.
Yeah.
And I've coined it. And here's the thing. I think they do have little legs and little feet, little toes, and they walk around. You know, like the
I
Mr.
think they have
Krabs
massive
walking
legs.
sound when they...
Yeah.
That's what I imagine the Easter Islands. That's what they sound like. They get
They
up and
definitely
they walk.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that one Easter Island that they threw in the ocean, and then like some squid lives there now.
What?
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 There's a squid. He lives in the Easter Island
She
head
didn't get it.
underwater.
He lives inside of the head. Easter
Yeah,
Island
he
head.
Have
lives
you not
inside
seen
of the
that?
He
head.
carved a little hole.
It was on
there.
National Geographic.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen it. I
he
haven't
lives
seen
in there,
this.
and he plays his little clarinet.
Clarinet. It's Squidward.
Squidward.
And
It's
it's-
Squidward.
That's the sound Squidward makes when he walks.
I actually did. Nothing got picked up when you doing this. So
Okay, I'll do it again. Ready? Everyone, shh. Ready?
Mhm.
This is what Squidward sounds like.
I can't
She's just
hear a
shitting.
word.
She's
No,
just shitting
I'm
into the
just
mic.
shitting. I'm shitting my pants in the mic. Have you guys heard of Fast and Furious?
I've heard of Fast. Furious, not so much.
Okay. Okay, so this is the segment of the podcast where I talk about every Fast and Furious movie. Because here's what Dave and I did. For 4 days straight, every single day for 4 days straight, we watched 2 Fast and Furious movies. So one day we watched Fast and Furious 1 and the second one. And then
I
the
hope
second
so.
day we watched the third and the fourth. And then
Thank
the fifth and the
God.
sixth. And then
What
the
came
seventh,
next?
and then the seventh and the eighth.
Never would have guessed.
But imagine watching 2 Fast and Furious movies in one day, every day for 4 days straight.
no,
Well, I lost
I-
pretty
I've
much.
only seen Fast. I've only seen the 7th.
Okay, that's a good one. Every movie
only
after
seen
the
that one.
7th. Okay, so the 8th, 9th, and 10th movies are all garbage, and nobody should
There's
ever watch
more?
any. There's 10 movies.
I didn't know
Here's
that.
how it
I
goes.
thought there were only 7.
It goes the Fast and the
Wow.
Furious, and then it goes
Okay.
Too Fast, Too Furious.
Right.
And then it goes Fast and Furious, and then Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, and then it's another Fast and Furious one, I forgot the name, and then it's Fast 5, and then it's Fast and Furious 6, and then it's Furious 7, and then it's The Fate of the Furious, and then it's Fast and Furious Hobbs and Shaw, and then it's F9. So
I wonder if the Fast and Furious budget or the Harry Potter budget throughout the entire series has been larger. I would bet it'd be the Harry Potter one, because like visual effects, but like
I don't
all
know
them cars
because
and
Fast and
all
Furious.
those actors.
It's just like Fast and Furious is more modern, and I think F9 had like a higher budget than any movie because they fucking went into outer space in F9.
oh, good.
They drove a car into outer space in the
That would
ni-
require
and-
a lot of special effects.
and they also drove a car onto like a little like hanging bridge. And
That's
they just
a
like
lot.
drove a car. So and it's like more modern, and it's like I feel like
Has there
VFX
ever
have
been a
gotten more
movie-
expensive, so I think it might be more expensive than Harry Potter because it's, I don't know, more current.
Has there ever been a movie where they
It
weren't in a
could be.
car?
In Fast and Furious?
Yeah, where they were just like
Weren't in a
walking or
car.
in a bike on a bike, maybe like saving gas.
Well, in Hobbs and Shaw, because Hobbs and Shaw.
is there ever a part in the movie where they go and get gas?
No, and I talked about this while watching it. They don't ever show them getting gas.
I don't know if that's true.
They have never once shown them getting gas, and I can tell you for sure because I watched every movie recently.
I want Fast and
I
Furious 10 to
feel-
be 60 minutes of them all putting gas in their cars.
I can tell you,
feel
Jane,
like
with
in the Hobbs and Shaw
100%
one they did.
certainty. No.
No,
They didn't.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Maybe
I'll take
maybe
your
it
word
was
for
like at some point they showed maybe briefly somebody holding like a gas canister, but not
Okay.
actually filling the car with gas. Definitely not at a gas station.
I want to see them at like the Shell or like the 7-Eleven, and they go in and get like a Slim Jim while they're
At the
there.
Costco waiting in line.
Yeah.
I want that movie. I'm gonna
Yeah.
make that movie for my film class. It's just gonna be Angie just sitting in the Costco line waiting to
Yeah.
get gas.
I'm going to
And then
get
she
gas and then I'm
pumps
going to go
it.
into Costco and I'm going to get a pizza.
She's gonna get a big pizza.
I'm going to
pie.
get a big pizza because here's the thing. Costco has the best pizza. I don't care if you agree with
I haven't
me.
had it in a long time.
I don't
There-
abbreviate. You're good.
Costco has the best pizza in the whole wide world.
Tell it to Italy.
I will tell it to Italy. I will call Italy, and I will tell
Do it.
them. Okay.
You know their number? You got them?
Yeah. Hey Siri, call Italy. Ciao, Italy. It's me.
Ciao.
It's me. It's me, and I have to tell you something.
Yes. What is it?
So, you know pizza? Are you familiar?
I've heard of it.
You've heard of the pizza? You're familiar?
Yes. We made it here in Italy.
No, I don't think so. So you know,
Oh.
there's a America. You're familiar?
Yeah, kind of. Yes.
You ever heard of a gas station? Anyway, so there's one and they make pizza, and I just want to let you know, your pizza's garbo, dog water, it sucks, it's the worst pizza. You, specifically you, Italy, you, the founder, creator of pizza, the CEO of pizza. I want to tell you, personally, it's garbo. It's shit. So, Costco, it's a gas station. Shh. So there's a gas station, well, it's not really a gas station, but they have really good pizza, and it's so much better than anything you've ever done. So I just wanted to let you know that. And yeah, that's all.
You better be extra careful on September 24th, 2022.
I'm sorry.
And scene.
Oh no. I think I'm gonna die soon.
What happened?
I don't really want to talk about it.
What are we talking about?
Fast and Furious?
Right.
That
Do you have
one.
anything else to say about
Yeah,
Fast and Furious?
Yeah, I do want to talk about Hobbs and Shaw because
Okay.
Hobbs and Shaw is starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson and whatever the British guy's name is. It's a British dude.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
No, I don't really give a shit, to be honest. They like fight a lot, and they always they keep insulting each other and like making the entire movie. They're like, well, you fucking suck, you're British and you're horrible. And the entire movie, I was like, Jason Statham.
Wow.
That's his name, Jason Statham. And the entire movie, I was like, when are they gonna do hard anal? When are they gonna kiss? When are they gonna
Get
kiss?
it
And when
over
is it
with.
gonna exactly? When is
That's
it gonna,
gonna
this
be
gonna
a-
turn into a hardcore gay porn scene? Because that's what it felt like the whole time.
It's gonna be Fast and Furious.
And if you've seen that movie,
That's-
you know what I'm talking about, because the sexual tension between them, they're literally like sitting in chairs strapped to like, I don't know, electrocution machines,
Ooh.
and they keep going, well, you're a fucking cunt, you're a twat, and you should suck on some balls. And I'm like, why don't they just fucking kiss already?
Yeah, what if they just a lot of movies could be solved if what if they just kissed?
That's what I'm saying. Like, they
A
should
lot
have
of
Despicable
wars.
Me?
A lot of wars too.
a lot of wars. The Trojan War.
What if Abraham Lincoln just went up to General Lee and was like, "This isn't you. You're not like this.
You gotta
Please
have a
look at me.
You gotta have
look
a
at
Twix
me.
bar.
You're not like this. Have a Twix bar. You're not like you when you're hungry. It's Snickers, actually.
Fuck. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
you're not like you when you're hungry. Come on now. Let's stop this civil war and just make out."
And then they suck each
When-
other's cocks, and they make up, and then it's all good, and it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
Like when
No one
Grimes
has
tweeted
to
at
know.
Elon Musk and she was like, please, sweetheart, this isn't you.
Yeah. Abe Lincoln is generally like, yeah. Yeah. And I think if people were okay with gay marriage back in the day, like, so many wars would have been solved, because it was a lot of like built up sexual tension.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the Trojan War
I-
still happened, and Greece was pretty gay.
That's true. Oh my God, that's a good point.
What?
The Trojan War is so fun to think
I
about. I
don't-
know it's not real, but it's so fun to think about.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
think the persecution of religious groups could have been solved by homosexuality-friendly groups of people. I don't know about that.
But you never know, because you don't,
I
you don't know
can't.
what could have happened if
As
people
I
were-
said, I don't know about
Yeah.
that.
Could you imagine being the leader of a country in another country that you like have problems with? Is like, hey, I'm sorry. Here's a big horse.
Here's a big horse as a gift, and they're like, "What am I supposed to do with this?" And they're like, "It's
imagine-
a gift, bitch. Be
Imagine
grateful."
Kim Jong-un goes over to Joe Biden's house and is like, hey, I got you a big horse to say I'm sorry for being mean to you.
Like, no, imagine the Trojan War actually happening in modern day.
What do you mean?
Do you think it'd still be do you think it'd be a giant Among Us instead of a giant horse?
Here's what I think it would be. I think it would be like a giant, like, I don't know, a bottle of alcohol.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Just
how you
a-
get them.
Yeah, that's how you get them.
Uh-huh.
And then are there still guys inside of it, or
Yeah, of course there are.
okay, that's like the big point is that
Yeah.
there were guys inside
Well,
that big
yeah,
horse.
of course.
It's
but
like
they're
the
swimming.
pants on iCarly.
It's the pants, like the pants on iCarly. Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh,
it's
those
not
are
like
the
there's no
prison pants.
actual wine in it.
No,
Or is there?
but there can be. It's up to the
What if
people
there's
who are
That
hiding
snorkeling
might,
inside.
in the
that
wine?
might drown the guys.
They can. Well,
That
remember
might-
the big
Or they'd
mug,
get
the
really
big
drunk.
mug that Spencer made on
I know
iCarly?
about Big
they
Mug.
They were
I
swimming
know
in
about that
coffee.
conspiracy.
They were.
I know what they're doing to our cups.
No, I know Carly. They were swimming in coffee. Remember?
They were. I remember that. Yeah, but
If we were to have a new Trojan War, it would be just a big
What the
bottle of
fuck
Pinot
was that show?
Grigio. Just a big bottle of Pinot Grigio, and they could all be swimming in Pinot Grigio, holding wine glasses, drinking Pinot
I really like
Grigio.
that.
Yeah.
Just
I
some
think
pi-
that's
just some
good.
Grigio to soothe the
Pink
soul.
Garage, yeah.
we haven't had like a good war lately.
Oh
Well,
my
don't
gosh.
give them any ideas, because if there were a draft, Jay, if there were a draft and you got drafted, would you
I legally can't go
you
to the
legally
war.
can, I legally can't, but Jay legally can. What would you do?
So it would depend on how I felt about the war, because I could take a certain route to be like,
Okay.
I can't do that, because
Let's
there's a few
see-
things that you can say that just like automatically get you out of
Okay,
the draft. Like you
Here's
can't. Go ahead.
here's my war idea.
Okay.
The war is some of the southern states are trying to separate and become their own country.
We just let them.
But no, let's say we end up going to war. So
Okay.
the war is like all of America against Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, and,
Get Florida in there.
Georgia and Florida.
Get them in there, yeah.
All of the southern states. So how do you approach? You get a letter in the mail, and it says, "Dear Jane Brophy, you've been drafted for the American
name 'em.
War." For the American War. And are you gonna fight it or no?
Well, it depends on what the goal is in the war, because if they were just separating as a different group of states, why?
We're like we want to keep you for your land. We want your land.
I mean, maybe. Again, that's a very in the moment sort of decision. I wouldn't be. I'm not like, no, I'm never gonna fight
Yeah.
for something. Like war is absolutely terrible no matter what the circumstance, because sometimes people are doing stupid shit, and there's no way around it. But
Fair.
yeah, like it would be a very situation based.
If it was like something horrible, totally against your standards, and you were like, I have to get out of this, no matter the circumstance, how would you get out of being drafted?
There is a song called it's like Draft Dodgers Rag, and it's written in like the 60s when they were really drafting people, and it has just about every excuse that you could ever use, and it's
What a
really funny.
song.
But current day, as far as I know, I would just say that like I've done psychedelics,
Okay.
and that from what I understand, if you're the only male child of your father, you don't have to be you can't be drafted, because you're the only person that can continue the legacy of that family.
Bloodline.
Yeah, and like I have cousins
Damien's safe.
and stuff like that. So technically, like my last name lineage can live on, but I am my father's only child, so I've never actually, gone into anybody and been like, hey, is this significant enough for me to not be drafted?
Yeah.
But from what I understand, I think that's enough for me to not.
That's what I was thinking, because I feel
drafted.
like drugs, like, because they'll probably drug test now. So it's like, what if you just like say that you've done like a really hard drug, or do a really hard drug
Right in front of them.
right in front of them, and be like, hey, I can't go to war. I'm on crack. Sorry. Oops.
Well, I
Isn't
think
it-
even if you do
mental
crack,
conditions?
you can go to war though, because
damn,
that
yeah.
like a lot of uppers, you're allowed to go to war having
Okay.
done, because a lot of like some people are prescribed Adderall, for example, and different things like that. Like so these different things that your body breaks down.
I
It's
was
like,
prescribed
okay.
Adderall.
I'm not gonna say if you went into the fucking the VA's office and you tested positive for crystal meth, you're gonna get your full benefits.
Yeah.
Kind of idea. I don't know how that works. But it's not. From what I understand, specifically if you've done psychedelics, because of the way that they understand that it affects people's aptitude to fight other people, just being told like they're the bad guy, go and kill them. They don't have the same reign over them, because they're like, well, they're still people, and they have
Yeah.
that slight hesitation.
That makes sense.
That's the way that I've understood it. So that's
Yeah.
why it would also depend on like, if it's like I went into, if it's something that I believed in.
Yeah. If I went to
And-
war, I would say I have to poop, and they wouldn't let me.
Ooh, ooh, that's a good one. Yeah. I think we can get out of war just by listing off like at least 3 of our mental illnesses and then go,
Yeah.
no, get out.
Yeah, no. I'm like, I have ADHD, and sometimes when I see clouds in the sky, I have a panic attack, and they're like, I don't know if I want you on our team, and then they send me home. They're like, go
This
take
is
a nap.
so-
No, it's like dodgeball in elementary school where they just kind of pick out who they want based on their health.
Yeah.
It's just like how popular they are, and the wards be like, you're not really that cool.
No.
I saw you play dodgeball in the 4th grade. You did really bad.
Yeah, they go up to you and like they're like, so what's your deal? And I'm like, sometimes when I'm in the shower, I have to pump my shampoo 3 times, or else I think I'm gonna get in a car accident. And they're like, I don't know if I want you to join our war. So I think
There
I'm
you go,
good.
farewell.
They're gonna walk up to me and be like, hey, hey, what's your KDA in Valorant? And I'll be like, oh, it's not that good. And they'll be like, you're probably not good at shooting then.
Yeah. Oh man, that reminds me of my CS:GO days.
Oh. Dude, okay, CSGO is something that actively is a thing that I think is potentially an effective investment because of
Interesting.
some of like the items in that game. So I've been
I played
looking
CS:GO
into a lot of that
religiously.
stuff. Really?
Yeah.
Because me too.
I
Not
played
as
CS:GO
much
religiously
anymore.
probably for like I played from 2015 to probably 2018, and then like Fortnite got really big, and I was like,
Fortnite.
oh well. Yeah.
That'll do it.
Well, it got
I was
boring
a-
after Fortnite.
I was a BO3 kid, so I don't relate.
Yeah, I never played any RPG games. I only played FPS games, and then I was like, why are FPS games giving me anxiety? And then I tried playing Fortnite. Fortnite gave me a panic attack.
I've never played Fortnite. I'm afraid.
Yeah, you should be.
I'm so scared of Fortnite.
You should be.
People building is like cracked.
No,
Everybody
Freaking
else.
90s.
It's a whole
I'm
other thing.
Scared.
It's a whole other. I don't even know.
I realized we got so goddamn sidetracked. Maybe we mentioned that Angie's moved to Las Vegas.
Here's the thing. I moved across the country. It was my 4th or 5th time driving across the country in my life, and my 3rd time driving across the country in 1 year.
Nice.
So I drove across the country, and I moved out of Florida. Everybody clap for me moving away from the state of Florida. God, I'm so
Clap.
grateful.
You went from Arizona to Florida.
to Las Vegas, Nevada.
You're not good at picking where you want to live.
No, I'm not. And you know, Vegas isn't any better than Arizona.
You were
or
debating
Florida.
Texas too.
Well, that's so true. I was, and then they were. Oh, yeah, I was gonna move to Austin, and people like Dave and I had friends who were like talking about moving to Austin around the same time we were planning on moving, and they did it still. Even after Texas continued being Texas, they still moved there.
Texas? I hardly know her.
Yeah, and that's good. That's a good joke. That's good, and it works really well. It works really well.
I'll be honest, I had something and then I lost it and I tried to save it and it did not work. So how's moving in going? How
Good.
you liking the Las Vegas life?
The Las Vegas life is good. I live in MILF City.
Ooh.
I have a story to tell. So, okay, when Dave and I first moved here, we went to Target and we like bought a bunch of stuff for our apartment, and when we were in the Target parking lot, we saw a bright pink, like fucking neon pink Tesla. And we were like, holy
Nice.
shit, that's so cool. They had like a Raiders license plate. And then we were like kind of looking at the car, and then the woman who drove the car came out, and it was literally this old MILF. And Dave and I were like, holy shit, there's a MILF who drives a pink Tesla. And we were like, that's crazy. And we forgot about it. And then we were driving to go grocery shopping, and we saw the same car with the same Raiders license plate and the same woman.
With the
And we're-
same MILF.
the same MILF. And we were like, no way,
Oh
that's
my-
crazy. We saw the same car. 2 days later, the same car again. So we've seen the pink Tesla with the MILF with the Raiders license plate 3 times since moving here.
It's fate. You gotta hit her up.
We gotta talk to the MILF. Start some polyamorous relationship with the pink Tesla Raiders MILF, because I don't know what kind of shit that is. Every time we go to Trader Joe's, we see her. So,
You should tell her that and be like, hey, stop following me.
hey bitch, chill out. Stop showing off your car. It's also like she has a pink Tesla with
Steal
all
the
black
car.
rims and a pink Tesla and a Vanity Raiders license plate. So
And maybe kids.
maybe kids, and I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit about your kids.
In fact, that's exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah. Yeah. I have COVID.
So, yeah, we know.
Oh no.
You still have COVID? We've been recording for like an hour.
You haven't gotten over it?
Still
Take
have
another
it?
test. Take another test.
Okay.
Do you guys want to know what I've been up to?
Yes.
I quit my job at Denny's like a month ago.
No way. I had no idea this whole time.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you want to know why?
Yes, I had literally no idea.
Yeah,
We never
no.
talked about it in private before the podcast. Tell me
No.
everything, please. Okay.
I definitely haven't mentioned it on my own Twitch or whatever. So, you know how I have seizures sometimes and I'm like silly like that?
Yeah.
You know sometimes...
Sorry, I had to cough.
No, you're good.
My cough was so much more important than your seizure story.
No, it's okay. You know, sometimes I like nearly collapse to the ground, or I do collapse to the ground just because I'm like silly and my body likes to give out on me.
Yeah, just as a
Heard
little
about it.
prank, yeah.
Yeah, so I was in the middle of a shift, and my job is to run food, and so I run food nonstop for 5 hours, like every single shift. Like every single table's order, I have to bring out.
Oh god.
And so it's like heavy trays,
Yeah.
nonstop moving around a restaurant. So it's a lot. It's a lot on my body.
Sounds super fun all the time.
And I wasn't feeling well, so I had Nico start helping me out, was bringing out all the food because it was getting a lot. And my manager was like, "Hey, Nico needs to go back to busing. You need to do this by yourself." And I'm like, "Okay, here's my thing. I can barely lift up a plate right now, so I really can't, so I need the help." And then she's like, "No, you can't just keep using this excuse that you're too weak to lift up trays. You do it all the time." And I'm like, "Yeah, I do it all the time."
I wonder why. Maybe
They're
it's because I
heavy
actually have a
trays.
medical issue. I wonder why I would say that to you often.
And then she's like, "Well, figure it out. You can't just keep using this excuse." And I'm like, "Okay, got it." And I try to lift up a tray, and like it's like a heavy one, so I try to lift it, and then I collapse to the ground. I dropped the tray first, so none of the food fell. And then I collapsed, and then I tried to get up again and tried to lift it again, and then I collapsed. And my coworker walked by. She's like, "Are you okay?" And then she turned around to go do something else.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, "Okay, cool, thanks." And then I go sit down. I get the nearest table because I can't stand up. And then my
Yeah.
manager's like, "Okay, you can't be doing this shit." She's like, "You can't just be making a scene in front of all the guests because you're upset that I told Nico that they can't help you." And I'm like, I usually work alone. I promise you that's not my
Yeah.
problem. My problem is that I can't stand. And she's like yelling at me. She's like, "You're making a scene in front of everybody. If you're gonna act like this, just go home."
Oh my-
And I'm
Wait,
like,
did
"Yeah,
she actually say that?
yeah.
She actually
And
was
then
like,
I'm-
if you're
That's
gonna act
like-
like this, go home.
Yeah, and I went to the back. She's like, "You're just doing this because of Nico." And I'm like, "No, I'm doing this because I have a fucking medical condition." She's like, "You can't just keep using that as an excuse to not do your job."
That
You have
actually,
to,
like,
like-
she should fucking get fired. She
I-
really,
No,
someone should
there's
beat the-
more.
if-
There's
Hey, Katie, do you know anyone at your Denny's who still works there where I could pay them
Yeah.
to beat the shit out of your manager?
definitely.
Okay, I will do
Um,
that. Because I think
And then
they
I go into
deserve
the
it.
back to talk to her, and she's like, "You have to understand that I have a business to run, and I need everyone in my business to be doing what they're supposed to be doing."
Oh, good. That's good.
And
That's
I'm
a good
like, "I
person.
really don't care."
Yeah. Well,
She's
yeah,
like, "I need
should.
you out on the floor. I need you to be doing what you're doing. You can't just be falling."
That's actually, like, probably the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, and so and then
yeah.
I had my 2 weeks planned already because I plan on doing it like sooner, or like a little bit later. So I bought a greeting card from the Dollar Tree to make my 2 weeks, and it was just a card that said, "I'm sorry for your loss." And I gave that to her, was mine and Nico's name signed, and then I left.
Wait,
the
you
building.
both put your 2 weeks in?
Yeah, that was my final day. Nico did the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But that was our 2 weeks. It's just a card that said, "I'm sorry for your loss."
That's really good. I don't understand what it is with, like, fast food managers just being the worst people. Like,
No,
they have
they're
no empathy.
horrible.
I think they're all sociopaths.
And everyone like felt bad for me because like
Yeah.
I've had a seizure in that building before. They know I wasn't faking it.
I mean,
They
don't
know
we
it's a
literally
genuine
have a
medical
podcast
problem.
called, like, Seizure in the Denny's or something?
Probably. But the big manager talked to me, and like we were starting to get like a statement together to like get like her in trouble for doing how she is. But she has so much blackmail in the company that she got him removed from her store, and now that there's no one I can talk to about it at this point.
Oh my
So
god.
she's safe.
Well, here's
she's
the
safe.
thing. How about instead of, like, words and speaking to them, how about this, right? you just have someone beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, Nico will do it.
Beat the shit out of them.
Everyone in she's also made an old Hispanic lady cry because the lady doesn't she's not the best at English, so she didn't understand what she was in trouble for, and she was just being screamed at.
So here's the
And it
thing.
made her
I'm
cry.
usually
She's
not.
she's literally the worst.
I'm
person.
usually not a big
I hate
advocate
her.
for violence. You know, violence in general is not a good thing. But this is one of those circumstances where there's no other option. And I think in every circumstance, violence should be used to the fullest extent towards this person. And I truly mean this with all sincerity from the bottom of my heart. Really, truly, like, I mean it. And I think that somebody should beat the shit out of this person.
Yeah, she was also, like, very racist and ableist and transphobic.
Just beat the shit out of him. Just beat the shit out of him until, I don't know.
She makes fun of poor people all the time. She's the worst. She's literally the worst.
Beat him up until you feel like you've beat him up enough. And just even then, maybe just a couple more hits, just a couple more. And I think then it should be good. Just beat the shit out of
all
him.
my old coworkers are like, "Hey, are you coming back?" And I'm like, "Not unless she's gone. Not unless she's gone."
Just beat the shit out of him.
She also yelled at Nico for getting stabbed. There was a insulin needle.
She yelled at Nico. She yelled at Nico for getting stabbed.
Yeah, because Nico had a panic attack because he got stabbed
post-pod.
with a dirty insulin needle. And Nico got yelled at for that.
Yeah, post-podcast we'll organize something. Hypothetically.
But yeah, no, it's fun. All my coworkers are like, "Please come back." And I'm like, if she's gone, sure, I might. My new job, I work at Red Robin. It's not the best. I don't like it. It just feels wrong.
Yeah.
Everything about it feels incorrect. Everyone I work with feels like they're not a real person.
That's what I was just gonna say. Red Robin feels like it's like a part of some other dimension.
There's one coworker. Whenever I go up to her, she just seems like she's upset that I'm talking to her. I'll be like, "Hey, can you grab that for me?" She'll be like, "Sure." I'm like, "Okay, thanks."
That's
And
why I
I'll be
feel
like,
people
"Hey,"
feel
I'll be
when
like,
they're talking to me, though.
"Hi." She'll go, "What?" I'm like, "Okay."
Maybe, sometimes I get, like, offended if I'm talking to someone like that, but sometimes I also realize I might sound like that to some people because I don't know how to properly, like, answer somebody if they're approaching me with a conversation.
She got mad at me. This girl got, she had me answer the phone because she was doing something, and so I answered the phone, and it was just one of those calls where they, like, casually sexually harass, people on the phone.
Casually,
It's one of those. Yeah. It's people who don't know. It happens a lot when you work in the restaurant industry or like anywhere that takes phone calls and you're a woman.
Yeah.
Where a guy will just ask you several questions to make you continue talking, and then they'll start jerking off.
Yeah. And you
and
can
they'll be
hear
calling
it
you
and you
sweetheart.
can feel it.
Yeah, and they're quietly moaning. They're calling you sweetheart and making you nonstop talk. And I didn't know what to do because I felt awkward hanging up.
Yeah.
Because this is a new restaurant that I'm at, and like I feel like they're gonna be like, "Why'd you hang up on a guest?"
Yeah,
and I feel like I don't want to get in trouble, so I talk to her. I'm like, "Hey, there's a guy on the phone. I'm not sure what to do. I want to hang up, but I don't want to get like in trouble." And she's like, "What? What is wrong?" And I'm like, "Okay, I'm trying to explain to you." And she got angry at me for just leaving him on hold. And then she took the phone and then she realized what was wrong and she's like, "Oh," and then just walked away and hung up.
And she didn't say anything to you afterwards?
No. I'm like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah, no, that's weird.
I don't, everyone just gives off weird vibes in that restaurant.
Yeah, that happened to me when I was working at Planet Fitness. It wasn't like, it was just also at the end of the call, the guy was like, "I'm going to the bathroom now." And I was like, "Oh, this is no good." And then after that, cause I had like a male coworker with me and I explained it. He was like, hang up right away. So at least like I had that with me.
Yeah.
Like, imagine someone talking to you on the phone, like getting weird and sexual and you could hear them and they go, "I'm going to the bathroom now." Like, that's not, please don't do that. So
no,
I don't know.
It's the worst. I hate it. It's happened so much. I hate it. Do you think guys know like that porn exists and they don't have to call
Maybe
women
some guys
at
are like,
Red
"Oh
Robin?
shit, I can't afford a DVD subscription." I don't know.
Redbox is expensive.
I can't afford the Redbox porn. They don't know the internet exists. I don't know.
All they have is the Red Robin phone number.
They're like Red Box, Red Robin, same thing. I don't know. Yeah.
Fucking so I don't know. It's fine. It's not my favorite job that I've had, but it works for now. I haven't made any money in over a month. So I'm like, I'll take anything that I can get
Yeah,
right
of
now,
course.
please.
Maybe just like start, I don't know, robbing places.
I'll start Red Robin, bitches.
Yeah.
I recently I had a job interview, and I was going for like a pool server, like a beverage or food server,
Yeah.
and it was terrible. It was a group
Like the
interview.
interview experience?
Yeah, yeah. Just all of it. I think my answers were terrible. The questions I was asked were terrible.
Can you give me an
Um,
example of one of the questions they asked you?
they said so. One of the questions that they asked the other people, what was like, what does luxury mean to you? And it was like, oh, that's easy as shit. Obviously, I know what you want to hear. You want to hear like exclusivity and like all these
Yeah.
certain specific buzzwords.
Yeah.
And they said to me, what makes you qualified besides what's written on your resume? And I was like,
What does that mean?
The resume is
Why?
actually where my qualifications are.
If
I was like,
have you heard of the term qualifications before? Because that's usually what you list on a resume because that's required.
yeah, I was like, it's like I really appreciate the way that the world works together, even when it doesn't intend to.
Wait, no, that's a really good answer.
No, and they looked at me, and this lady like cocked her head sideways, and she was like, "What the fuck did this kid just say to me?" Like he knows this is a job interview, right? And I was like, "No, I mean like people in a different country, their fishing habits affect the way that we do something, affect the way that like gasoline comes in, and like all of these different things."
So the
And like
domino
I really
effect.
appreciate the way that the whole world works together to make. And looking back on it, it was just like this is there's two ways that this could be taken. Either this kid appreciates the minute details and he's like going to be really attentive to things that other employees might not see, or he's methed. Get out.
He's out of his fucking mind. Get him
Yeah,
out of the
yeah.
building right now.
And they asked every other candidate like 4 questions, and I was asked 3, and so I
Ooh.
was automatically like, yeah, no,
Wait,
this
do you
isn't.
remember what other people had their answer for as like qualifications not on the resume?
Another person put said that they were adaptable, which
I'd say I ball.
but
Fucking
adaptable is definitely a really good one, but the
that's
fact
already on
that
my resume, so I don't know.
exactly, I didn't know if they were sitting there like if it was a test, and I hadn't really looked at the resume in a moment. I was like,
Yeah.
I only put
They're
a
looking
few
at it.
skills. Yeah, like testing.
It says here you looked at
And
a Panera bread. What's that? What is that? What does that mean about you?
it was so upsetting because I was asked these questions that just made me, I don't know, upset.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would be upset.
That'd be pissed off. I was in like a job interview, like a group one, and it's like, okay, Clarence. What do you why do you want to work here? Cool, good answer, Zoe. What do you bring to the table? What are your weaknesses? Jayden, how do you think that we're gonna solve the Cuban Missile Crisis?
Like,
Yeah.
I felt scammed because it
Mhm.
wasn't even like just the one question. Like I think another one. Oh heck, I'm choking. I don't recall. Give me a moment.
Wait,
I'll
wait,
find it.
You're
Was the
failing this
interview-
podcast interview.
Was the interview like at the pool?
No. It was
Did you
oh,
splash
it
the
was so
person?
weird.
I'm imagining it being like outside,
was-
like on the concrete
Mm-mm.
right next to the pool, outdoors, like on
Not
the
at all.
strip.
All your little feet
It
are
was-
dangling.
It should have been. That would have been real wholesome. It was up in like a little conference room, and we were all like, at first we were in like a 5 by 5 seating arrangement. We all could just pick a chair, and then we were sat in a row of like 7 people, spaced out like 3 or 4 feet between each other. And
Interesting.
we went in front of each other and interviewed in front of this panel one at a time, and it was the weirdest thing. It
Yeah.
was Like,
it feels weird. It feels dehumanizing for some reason.
it was like, it seemed efficient, but at the
Yeah.
same time just strange. I don't know. Just the scheme of it.
Yeah.
We were each seated very specifically under a light.
No, that seems
Like,
it seems like an
'cause-
interrogation. Like you're in
Yeah.
trouble.
Imagine if you go to a job interview and it's like, what were you doing on the night of July 41st,
So welcome.
2013? What were you doing? What do you know about this murder?
Do you know what happened to Sierra Leone on the night of September 27th, 2019? And you're like, I thought I was just here to
Diamonds are
interview to be a
forever.
pool server.
Full server. Yes, please.
More like. Jane, continue with your story.
Afterwards, at like the end of it, they kept calling each person out one by one, and they were like, "Hey, we'll call you after this amount of time." But each person that they called out took a different amount of time after they walked out of the room. But when I walked out, all they said was, "Hey, we'll get back to you by the end of the day." I still haven't been contacted.
How long ago was this?
This was like 6 days ago. And I just want employment.
Yeah,
I can
that's
get you in
fair.
a red Robin.
Man,
I want a bowl of soup.
what
It's like the
kind?
band?
Not bowling for soup.
That's bowling
That's a
for
song.
soup.
That's not. Wait, no. That's the band.
the band.
The band is 19. The song is 1985.
I
And
took
this-
her out.
yep.
It was a Friday night.
Wait, let's recite the song right now.
Is that a whole?
19.
Is that a different song?
1980.
1985. Fuck.
Wait, no. How
Wait.
does it start though? Something
sorry.
about wait.
Debbie just hit
Did we just
the
hit
wall.
the wall? We
Put
could have had it all.
She never had it
pig.
all. One Prozac a day.
Today,
Her dad's
husband's a CPA. Her
husband's
kids
a
went out
CPA.
the door when she turned 24.
Her
Never
dreams
been
went out
was
the door.
one man.
And
What happened to
Happened
her
to her
plan?
plan?
She was gonna be an actress. She was gonna be a
star.
star. She was gonna shake her ass
on the head of
Boy's
Boise's heart. She was gonna something.
This is great. This is amazing.
It's such a good song though. I want to go to the chorus.
Let's go to the chorus.
You know,
let's go to the
guys,
chorus.
stop, because
There was
one time I was
beauty,
told that if you're good at
drama.
something, you should never do it for free. And this is
Uh,
too good.
there
I don't-
We
was-
should
Dave
stop.
stopped earlier. Dave stopped earlier.
Way before Nirvana, there was
There
you
was
two,
you two,
and Blondie,
and Blondie,
and music
and
still on
music
MTV. Her
Her
two kids
in high school. They tell her that she's not cool,
but she's still preoccupied.
preoccupied. 1985.
1985. Do. And then they play the guitar into the drums. We'll edit it in post.
Imagine.
Yeah, we'll edit it in post. I won't. I'll send the completed podcast to you, and then
And
you
I'll
can
just
do that.
I'll just add that part in. Yeah, there we go. I'm a professional video editor.
I'll put your name in the credits.
Cool.
Yeah, when are we doing Peaks in 6th Grade Con?
That's a good point. We'll do
I
it
thought
at
there was-
my apartment complex.
That was
Yeah,
gonna
Peaks
be
in 6th
Mark,
Grade
but-
Con. I'm gonna do. I'll teach biology. Angie, you'll be on English language arts.
Oh
Jane,
no!
math.
I'll be on math and
Oh
science.
god.
I'm gonna fuck
Wait, can
these
I
kids
do
up.
geography instead?
College.
That's 8th grade.
Oh,
Yeah.
what classes are taught in so
Usually English.
social studies?
You can. Yeah, I don't think I had any social studies classes in the
What the
6th
fuck
grade.
what do you take in 6th grade?
I took English.
Oh.
I took English, language arts, biology,
Well, can I teach a
Math.
different language?
and something else. And PE. I taught PE.
I'll
Yeah,
do
you can
PE. I'll teach PE.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
It'll be
What's Spanish
boxing.
class and art class in 6th grade, I
This
think.
is me boxing. Ready?
Oh. Punch the amogus. Punch the amogus. Oh. Oh!
Bitch. Nah. I played Punch Out for the N64.
Get fucked.
Dude, that was imposterish of you.
In
Hey,
the post-
I want to tell you guys something that I learned today.
Okay.
Oh boy.
If you look up,
What the
If
fuck
you-
is that? Are you doxing someone right
If
now?
you know,
Sussy Baka
Oh.
Among Us Imposter Church.
if you look up Sussy Baka Among Us Imposter Church, it pulls up and it's somewhere in India.
Okay. Let's go.
It's like a real place you can look up, I guess.
That's where we'll do Peaked in 6th grade con.
Yeah, we're gonna hold up the Sussy Baka Among
In
Us
March.
Church.
Yeah.
Be there or be rectangle.
Got him. Dude, I don't want to be a fucking rectangle.
While we're just kind of sitting here showing shitty Among Us content, today I was sitting there and I was losing it because I had an epiphany where I realized that Human Evolution has been the longest running battle royale game ever aired to anybody.
You've
like
got such a
Fortnite
good
in real
point.
life.
It's such a good point.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Because like humans, we started, if you know, depending on what you believe is the creation moment, we started in one location, and you know, depending on your battle royale that you believe in as well, I suppose. We started in one location, and then we all branched off, and different genealogical traits went to different areas, and those genes adapted and evolved for the areas that they transitioned to. So you know, people ended up having like windswept eyes, and then
Yeah.
like people's skin got lighter because they needed more UV.
Yeah.
Stuff like
Some
that.
people's hair is thicker.
So yeah. All these different things that just like made people very slightly different. And then we started looking at the area that we like quote unquote landed in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where
you
dropped,
dropping
if you
in?
will.
Yeah, that's where you're dropping in.
And we were like, okay, these are the resources
This
that
is-
we're
yeah.
that we're starting with. Yeah. And then they were like, well, shit, I don't, you know, there's no gold scar here. We're gonna go conquer somewhere else. So they like, you know, they started going to
Tilted
different
Towers.
houses. Tilted Towers, Tomato Town,
Tomato
you know,
Town,
Loot
that's
Lake.
where- yeah.
They started clearing them out, and you know, siege and conquering began, and every now and then, you know, people would find allies and shit, and they would end up, you know, writing who became the #1 victory royale, and that's what we're currently fighting to see. And I, you know, this is all a long shot to say that I think China has their grasp on too many parts of the American economic system.
Okay.
The last part was fully adapted, and it's not true. But the rest of it was a real part of my day that I apophysized about.
Understood.
Life is a battle royale, and I want to get an ace, baby.
That's like very
Yeah.
similar to Love is a Battlefield.
Wait, can we make a song called "Life is a Battle Royale"?
And I won't back down.
Wait, can we make a song called "Life is a Battle Royale" in the style of Mac DeMarco?
I don't know who that
in
is.
G minor, right?
Yes, in G minor, and it's
Okay.
gonna be very much just like plucking a guitar and like a little bit just like the lightest hick country accent on all three of us, and we'll be talking about comparing life to Fortnite, but very
Life
seriously,
is like a
and,
battle royale.
but a little less hick, like just like the hint, just the slightest hint of hick.
shown
And
a
I'm just
battle
gonna be
royale.
picking a guitar, and there's no other instruments except maybe just a little bit of a snare drum, a couple hi-hats.
I'm gonna no. Instead of no drums, I'm just gonna bang on the wall. With
Bang
no
on the
sound.
wall. It's gonna be you banging on the wall and me banging on
Yeah.
a beer pong table. So it'll be me banging on the beer pong table, you banging on the wall, and that'll be our percussion.
And then for our like 808 snare drum hi-hat moment, we'll
just
just
gonna
like
be Catie
throw a
farting.
keg. Yeah, that.
Catie ripping
I like
ass. So that'll be our 808, and there will be no bass line.
No. Okay.
So that'll be it, and the vocals will just be like, I don't know. You gotta listen to Mac DeMarco, and he just has this vibe. He's got like a southern drawl. Not really, just like very, 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 very light. And we'll be talking about Fortnite, and that'll be
I
our
love
song.
Fortnite.
And
I love Fortnite.
I'm gonna sample that audio of you saying that you love Fortnite in the song. That'll be the background vocal.
I'm gonna write it home. I think.
Yeah.
You haven't doing a country accent?
Yeah.
I love Fortnite.
That was perfect. It was just
Oh
a little
my
bit of Southern draw, a little bit of hick. There you go. Perfect.
The click before that is
Laugh.
gonna be great.
Yeah, with
We'll
the
use that
can.
too.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
use the yeah.
My mama always told me that life is like a battle royale. Sometimes you land in Tomato Town. Sometimes you land over in Tilted Towers.
You gotta say
One,
that again, but
one,
deeper and slower.
My mama said
So,
that
little
life
slower,
was,
little slower. Like you just
My
got.
mama said that life is like a battle royale. Sometimes you land over in Tilted Towers, and other times you land down deep in Tomato Town.
That was perfect. You sound like Matthew McConaughey.
That's
How do
not
I
what I-
vocally
He
convey
was
it?
not Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump's too southern for Mac
Can
DeMarco.
you believe Tom Hanks was Forrest Gump, and then he had COVID? What a life.
And then he had COVID. Then he wasn't allowed
And
to be
then
forced.
before
again.
that, he voiced every single person in Polar Express.
Good for him.
Didn't he like voice every character?
Didn't he play the train?
He played the train and the boy and the man, the other man.
And Santa and all the elves.
Yeah.
And the boy's father and the boy's mother and the mother's father and the boy's
He
Exactly.
was,
son.
he's really good. He's a good vocal range.
It
Actually,
reminds me
they
of
sounded
like
the same.
BoJack, where like they'll have a voice actor play every character.
That's South Park. That's exactly South Park.
But
though.
same with BoJack. They have like Alison Brie has voiced a bunch of people.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like how the South Park guys, they voice all the main characters.
Well, yeah, I know that much. I think it goes with every animated sitcom where they'll have like a voice actor voice
Yeah.
at least 5 characters.
It just makes it easier on
Yeah.
casting and money. I just think it's funny how Trey Stone, one of the guys who made South Park, is one of the one of the voice actors was the highest amount of roles. And if you look, they're just all from his own work.
Yeah.
It's all from like the America Freedom movie. I don't forget what it was called, and then South Park. That's isn't. It's all like he's like the fourth most voice actor because of it. And I'm like, you could just do that.
Yeah.
You just put yourself that high on the list by casting yourself for everything.
He's
Did
gay.
you hear that Did you hear that they desexified the green M&M?
I know, which is upsetting
Desexified?
because
What
I
is-
used to
is
jerk
that a
off to
thing?
her
They
every
made
night.
her less sexy. They made the green M&M less
But I
sexy.
used to jerk off to the green M&M
They-
every
they-
night, which
They made the M&Ms more inclusive, and that by that
by
I guess
not
they
giving
made
the
the green
M&M
less
high
sexy.
heels.
They made her less sexy.
By not giving her high heels.
Yeah.
So they took off her high heels. They said, "Here, I'm taking off your shoes, exposing your little feet." Took off her
Carl
shoes, gave her some
Tuckerson-
Air
Carl-
Force Ones.
Carl Tuckerson was so upset by this. He was literally so upset that they desexified the brown M&M.
I bet he was, because here's the thing. I
He
think
was
Tucker.
so upset.
I think Tucker
somebody brought
Carlson
the-
also jerks off to the green M&M at night.
No, I already cracked it, guys. What happened is Tucker Carlson was really attached to the yellow M&M, and in that Halloween commercial that they dropped for the yellow M&M was pronounced dead. That was actually the last time that he felt anything,
Yeah.
and he's just
It's
been on
been
a sort of
downhill since
autopilot.
then.
I am
Literally,
excited.
his
I'm-
plane is gonna crash soon, and we need to get off.
Yeah, we do.
I'm excited for the Super Bowl because I want to know what the M&M company does with this.
They're
I wanna
gonna
know what
give
they're
her a
gonna do with this.
penis.
I want.
Oh,
I
And then
want,
Tucker
I-
Carlson's gonna freak out even more.
I want.
and I'm
wanna
gonna go,
watch-
yes,
For the
yes.
Super,
That's
for the
what he's
Super Bowl
gonna do.
commercial. I want to watch the green M&M receive bottom surgery during the Super Bowl.
That's what I'm saying. I want to see the M&M receive top and bottom surgery during the Super Bowl. I want to see the green M&M wear a binder during the Super Bowl and then get bottom surgery. And thank you for watching the Peaked in 6th Grade podcast. That was a joke.
But apparently they have the orange. The orange M&M's gonna deal more with his anxiety problems.
He's gonna be dealing
So
what?
do I.
With his anxiety,
But so do I.
And
Why is he
Angie-
special?
because he's an orange M&M.
So am I though.
Oh.
So what?
Angie, you're not an
They
orange M&M.
desexualize
You don't know
them.
that.
I hope they make They should have made one of the M&Ms sexier to counter the green M&M being less sexy.
Thank you for everyone for listening. I'm sorry. Generally.
Period. Have a blessed eve and an even blessed morrow.
And hopefully this doesn't take 3 months to come out like the last episode did.